Hello friends, happy new year. We are well into January, but I am really happy to be back and chatting with you guys today. I hope you all had an amazing start to 2023 so far, and you're all healthy and just like ready to crush whatever this year has in store for you. If you're new here, my name is Marissa Loughlin. I'm a holistic nutritionist. I love to talk about all things health, wellness, beauty, skincare, lifestyle, all of the things. And my biggest intention on this channel this year in particular is just to show more of my life and the way in which my wellness journey evolves and how I make sure I prioritize my wellness every single day and what that looks like in different areas of my life, like home life, friends, visiting, travel, skincare, all of those things kind of like bundled into one channel. So expect to like not expect anything specific on this channel. It will always be sporadic, and that's just how I roll, and that's okay. Anyways, on my Instagram last week, 2 weeks ago maybe, I had mentioned how I had recently changed my makeup routine and changed brands, and I asked if you guys wanted to see an updated video on that. So I figured you could come along for a little get ready with me today, and I could just chat with you and then show you some of my new skincare and makeup favorites. So let's get into it. I have not done my skincare yet. I'm not going to go into great detail on that because that's a video for another time. I mostly wanted to talk about my new makeup that I found that I really love because I'm really particular with makeup. Now, I've done previous videos talking about Ilia and how I loved using them, and I still do, but unfortunately that line is no longer available at Joann's Place, and I just haven't really found another natural makeup at the store or like at a health food store that I really love. Not yet, at least. Don't worry, I am testing her out and still trying to find the best of the best that you could get at a health food store. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you what I found and what I absolutely love and how I've been doing my makeup. So I'm just gonna finish up my skincare routine quickly here. I was recently saying to a friend how I think 2023 is gonna be the year for makeup with the added benefits of skincare. I think that's like a huge trend that we're seeing brands go towards, which I love because I feel like makeup should include skincare ingredients because it's obviously going on the skin, but also who doesn't want like the additional hydration boost or like the additional anti-aging, anti-oxidizing properties? Like, who doesn't want that in their makeup if they're applying it anyway? So I feel like we're gonna see more and more skincare brands go this way, and I'm looking forward to trying them out and then also like being really frugal with ingredients because that's obviously really important to me. Okay, I've done like the base of my skincare, but the number one product that I transitioned from skincare to like makeup is SPF, and I have recently been using the Summer Fridays drops. These are an SPF of 30 and they're zinc oxide base. I love the consistency of these. Like, it is unbelievable how thin of a consistency it is, but just like how well it goes on. It also has a tiny bit of like shimmer, and it kind of looks a little bit like a shade, but it blends in clear. And it's not sticky. It just has this like really nice natural glow to it. And I just love the way it lays under makeup. It doesn't smudge. There's no white cast. I really love it. And Summer Fridays is one of my favorite brands, and they just really nailed it with this product. Now, I will say they have skin tints as well. I haven't personally tried those yet, but it's because I really love my foundation that I've been using. So I'll probably stick with this because it's so easy and it's so lightweight. So it's the Summer Fridays Shadedrop's Broad Spectrum SPF 30. Okay, next up is my foundation. Before I move forward, I just want to say I am no makeup expert. I have learned 99% of this information off TikTok or Instagram, or by like manually trying this out myself. So nobody come at me in the comments. I'm not a professional makeup artist. This is just what's really been working for me. So my current foundation that I've been loving is the Merit Foundation Stick. This is the 5th stick I have bought by them. I have given it a full year of trying this. Amongst trying other foundations, this is by far the best foundation I have used because of the application. I love that it's gonna stick so much. It's also quite thick, so you can use it as a concealer as well. They do market it as kind of like this all-in-one. I prefer to still add in a concealer that's a little bit more hydrating, but I do absolutely love the consistency of this and the wear. This will last a full day. What I also really love about this company in particular is that they have done a lot of tests and research on acne prone skin, and they minimize the ingredients so that it can be really great for people who have sensitive skin or who have acne prone skin. So I start with this as a base, and I use one of these big brushes to blend it in. I used to use a flat tapered foundation brush, but it's much harder to move the product around, so I felt like I was kind of using more product than I needed to because it was hard to just get it to the other areas. Whereas this, I find it's much easier to smooth it all out. They also do suggest you can use your hands and move it around, but I just found that a brush has worked really well to get this base layer down. So I cover my entire face, all areas, even where I put my bronzer, where I put my concealer, just to have a nice flawless kind of base coat, and then I build on top of it from there. What I also love about this foundation is it is buildable. So if you just want that nice layer that's covering, you know, your freckles maybe a little bit, or you just have some blemishes you're trying to cover up, it's just a really nice base. I'm a little bit like overexposed here. I'm also very pale right now. But then you can go in to those more problematic areas. Like I have really red cheeks, and then obviously I have some acne down there, and just kind of build a little bit more on top of that and have your nice even skin tone. I look so pale in this video. I mean, I am, it's winter, but just bear with me. I think this camera's a little overexposed. So foundation base is on. Okay, now that my base layer is evenly spread out, I'm gonna go in with my concealer. So I've been using the Ilia concealer. I have tried several products from this line, but I do think their concealer is the best. I really like the consistency of it, and this product in particular does have the additional hydrating components added into the product. So like I said, we're seeing more skincare being put in makeup products. So I do naturally have drier under eyes, so I like that they have that in there as a little extra protectant. So I kind of just lightly tap this underneath my eyes and just spread it all the way up to the corner of my eyebrows, and I just apply a really, really thin layer, and I let this kind of absorb a little bit more into the skin. I also go in some of those problematic areas, so a little chin dot and also forehead to add some brightening, and a little bit on the sides of my nose, and then also down the center of my nose and above my lip. Okay, while this is sitting, I'm going to go in with my bronzing / contour stick. They call it bronzer balm, but it's another Mirror product, and this is new to me, but I will say I love it so much. I love the consistency of it. I love that there's enough pigmentation without it being too overpowering. I find with some bronzers it's super sparkly, or you have kind of this orange baked looking tinge to you. This is more of like a mattifying contour color. I am the shade Clay. They have one lighter than this and a few darker ones, but based on my foundation that I'm using, they actually recommended a lighter color, but I knew I wanted a little bit more color, like warm color. So I went with the Clay versus, I think the lightest color is called Quince. Anyways, I love it. It's amazing. And what I do, you can do two directions. You can either do the thick direction if you want a thick bronzer, or you can do the thin if you just kind of want that contour. I am gonna load her on thick because I'm pale AF right now. So I drag it down there and over here. Some people do this area. It ain't me though. Like I feel like it's too fake looking on mine. I do underneath the lip, and then I also do a few little spots on my forehead. If you guys follow the girl on TikTok, she always says turning her 5 head into a 4 head, and I laugh every time. And then I do down the nose on each side. I saw this girl on TikTok say to stop doing it from the corner of your chin here to here and to start up here more to sculpt that area. So I've been trying it and I like it. Not necessarily more than the other way, but I like it. So now that this is sitting, I'm gonna buff out the concealer and then go in and buff out my bronzer. Okay, concealer. I saw a professional makeup artist on TikTok say to use a really thin, light brush for concealer versus using a beauty blender, which I had used in the past. And I actually really like the way this looks on my eyes when I use a really thin, light brush versus when I use a beauty blender. It looks less like caked, if that makes sense. And I can spread the product a little bit better. Now I'm gonna go in, they call this a stippling brush. This is probably not the right brush, but I like it because it's very light and fanny. But this is what I use to blend it in my bronzer because it's just so light. So I find there's no hair. It just like carries that pigmentation nicely, and it's not like pushing it into the skin and making it look cakey, if that makes sense. Again, I'm not a makeup artist and I don't use the right terms, so don't come at me. Again, like the other Merit foundation, I find that these products, what's it called? Layer really well. So if you do want to keep adding like more and more color, you can. One thing I'll say about the formulations to be mindful of is if you are an oily skin type, it is, I don't want to say it's oily, but it's definitely not mattifying. I would say it gives you this nice like natural glow, but it's not that mattifying type of like foundation or bronzing stick where it looks more like a powder versus giving you that nice glowy bronzed look, if that makes sense. I just find this makes such the difference with my pale skin. I like really brings me back to life. And I've seen on their TikTok channel some people using their bronzer stick all over during the winter seasons on the top of their foundation just to give them a little bit more color. So as I said, it's quite buildable. Okay, she's all blended. I am just going to use, this is like an old shimmer bronzer by Inika. Again, you can only order off their website now, so I don't want to talk too much about it. But I use this as an eyeshadow just to kind of fill in any creases on my eyelids, give a little bit of color, a little bit of shine. But I'm all for like using products multiple ways versus buying a ton of different single products. So this is one way. I usually always use bronzer and highlighter as eyeshadow. And then another example of using tools for using products for multiple things is my blush right now. So Kosas makes this Sport hydrating lip balm, but I love this color as a blush. It's like this deep kind of pinky color. So I use it sometimes as lip, but mostly I use it as a blush. And I love it. I love the color of it. I love the consistency of it. I love the wear of it. It's also not super drying, and as you know, blush is the first thing that kind of goes, so I find I can layer it on. I use just a really light blush brush, circle it on out, buff it in, and it just gives this nice cool. If you're somebody who's watching this saying, you cannot use lip chap on your cheeks. I've been doing it for months and it doesn't break me out. And it gives me just like this super nice, reddy, pinky, cute glow. That looks, I think, natural. And again, it's a multiple product. I've tried the Rare Beauty, like a sample of the Rare Beauty blush that's so big on TikTok, but it is so pigmented that I just don't think I could ever get through it enough to love it that much to buy it. So I just couldn't do it. So I'm just gonna add a little on to the lips that are so dry and dehydrated right now. So perfect combination. Okay, last product is the TikTok famous Kosas Cloud Setting Powder. This, I was on a wait list for this for so long. I ended up getting the shade Breezy because I wanted it to be more of like a finishing powder versus using it as a foundation powder. And I absolutely love it. It kind of blurs out those more oily prone spots, and it just sets the concealer so well. So I use this under my eyes to set my concealer. I use it in this area where the T-zone, where I have more oil, on my chin, and I find it just kind of locks in that area. I kind of drag it all the way up to my ear where I would have foundation to help more with that contouring, and then in my forehead area. And I just love the way it wears. I think it lasts much longer, my makeup, with this, and I love it. So I just use a flat brush and push it in. Some people would use a beauty blender, but I'm not gonna lie, I really struggle to use a beauty blender in terms of like making sure it's hydrated enough. It's not me. So this is kind of the foundation of everything right now. Let's see if I can move this and you get a better, it's like super exposed in my room right now. It's so bright, but you guys the gist. We've got some bronzing, we've got some blush, got a little bit of color on the eyes. Now I'm just gonna do my mascara and fix these brows, and that will be it. Okay, brows. My final two products are my brow and my mascara, and I'm just gonna admit I don't love either one of them. So I'm still on the hunt to like find a better product, but this is what I'm using right now. So I've been using the Well People brush. I really like this brand a lot, and I liked that this was like a brushed color. So it's like a birchy type of color. I have a lot of, anyways. I like the look of just having brushed brows. I'm not huge into filling in my brows all of the time. I kind of just like that more natural look. So it's easy to use if you don't love filling in your brows. The only thing is I wish this was a little bit thicker so that it was more of like a hold. But I love the application. It's just I wish it had more of a, I don't want to say a waxy fill, but you guys know what I mean, like giving you that like laminated type of look of brushed up. So this is okay. It's very affordable, which I really liked, but I just wish it was a little bit thicker. And then the mascara I'm using right now is the Bite brand, and I'm using it mostly because it was on sale. Actually, I think I got it at Winners, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. It's so thick. This brush is so thick. The mascara is so thick. So a little goes a really long way. So I don't love it. My absolute favorite mascara is by the Ilia brand, which was the concealer I showed you. I love it because it is a dual end mascara tip. So one side is for lengthening and one side is for volume. So you get the best of both worlds in one product. The wear on that is the best mascara I have ever used. There's no flaking. It is a natural base mascara, and I just think it's honestly the best mascara I've ever tried. Another product I want to try for mascara is the Merit brand, which is like the bronzing stick and my foundation, but I also really want to try the Tower 28 brand. A lot of people have been talking about that as a really great mascara, so that will be the next product that I will use. Yeah, I'm not really big maintenance for mascara because my lashes are so small, so just a little bit. I'm also not a bottom lash girl. anyways, that is it. That's my current makeup routine. I will leave all of the products in the description below. Again, zero affiliation of where I got them from. You can either buy them from Sephora or you can buy them directly off the website. Now you can buy Merit and Summer Friday in Canada from their website, which I think is fantastic. So that it kind of takes out that middleman like Sephora. Anyways, I will leave them in the description below. If you tried on these products, let me know what you think. And if you're looking at this thinking you want to try something new, also, I want your review once you've tried it. I'm trying to get people on the Merit because I just think it's one of the best products I've ever tried. I love what they stand for. I love their website. I love their social media. I also really like that they're really into looking at the ingredients to make sure that they are safe for people with sensitive skin and acne prone skin. And that is just like, you know, my #1 thing. So anyways, description below for all the products. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. And if you're interested in what my current skincare routine is morning and night, let me know below and I can maybe film a video on that someday. No promises on when, because you know life is busy, but I'm here and I'm gonna make the best of it this year and try to be here for you as much as possible. So thank you for watching today's video, for supporting this channel. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe so that you do not miss any videos that come out. You'll get a notification as soon as I decide to upload a video. And if you haven't already, go find me over on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and follow me there. Anyways, thank you guys so much for checking out today's video, and I'll see you in my next one.